Good day, good people, and welcome back to my channel. Now, today's video, I'm not going to hold you guys for that long, but there are some things that I want to get into. But before we get into all that, yes, son, if you're not subscribed to this channel, hit that subscription button, hit that notification button, bell, so that way you can be notified every time I'm dropping a video. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and as always, drop a comment in that comment section. Now, let's get to today's video. Now, like I said, today's video, I'm not going to hold you guys for that long, but there are some things that I definitely want to get into. First, I want to get into the situation with Gunplay on this Love and Hip Hop episode. Now, Gunplay tells a tale of how he got at DJ Envy. And if you guys check my videos, I did do a video about that a while ago when it first came out with DJ Envy going in with Rick Ross. But this is what I want to say. As I'm watching this stupid episode, and I understand that, you know, it's scripted and stuff, do these people not see that they look ridiculous? And do these people not see that the stuff that they're doing in this show actually ties into their real life? Now, we can say that it's scripted all that we want, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, Gunplay is on here talking about how he got at DJ Envy, and he was pissed off basically because DJ Envy had brought up the fact that you guys have a GoFundMe account for your child who is sick, who has a heart condition, but you're friends with Rick Ross, and if anything, he should have been able to give you the money, which I do see his point in that, because they two are supposed to be close friends. But also, what extra pissed me off with Gunplay situation is, how the hell are you getting on TV saying that all the people who asked for the GoFundMe money that you guys returned all the money back to is going to hell and they're going to die that way, when you, after your daughter got her surgery and stuff like that, you took it upon yourself, Gunplay, took it upon himself to go purchase Rick Ross. I don't know if it was a watch or if it was a chain or something like that, but he went and bought him a expensive piece of jewelry. And yes, if we're looking at you on this show, now granted, this all happened before the show, but we're looking at you on the show, we're looking at you and how your wife and how your daughter is living, and yes, she did have that emergency, but why are you going to go gift Rick Ross a chain? This man is a multi-mega millionaire. Why are you gifting him anything? And your daughter needed a GoFundMe to get money to fix her surgery. You can't say, F all those people who wanted their money back and they wasn't there for me. Dude, you've had a substance abuse damn near the whole time that I've even known for you to be out and to be doing music and to be on shows. I'm surprised that someone did actually marry his butt, but it's like, dude, you doing hella extra stuff. And what extra pissed me off with that episode was none of his friends and nobody who he was talking to told him how wrong he was, except his wife when they was doing the actual interview and he was saying the stuff about the people. She was the only one who said that he was wrong and tried to stop him from saying the things that he was saying. His friends, when he was discussing to them, were going, yeah, I understand. It was about your daughter. No, 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 no. If Gunplay really cared about his daughter and all this extra kind of stuff, he wouldn't have been doing what he was doing. He wouldn't have been gifting Rick Ross anything. If anything, you would have been asking Rick Ross to gift you some money so that way you can go down and take care of your daughter. That's what should have been happening. So I think that's where a lot of the fans was getting mad. It's one thing for the fans to get upset at how you're living and stuff like that, or, you know, even be a little jealous about how you're living or a little envious. But when you're throwing in their faces about how, you know, you just went to go gift Rick Ross, and it wasn't even like he did it on a slide, nothing. He actually gifted Rick Ross the watch and put it on live so that way everybody can see it. And Rick Ross ass didn't even get out of the bed. He was still in his bed while he was being gifted the damn watch. So he didn't even get up and he said thank you, but he was still laying down. Like, he don't need whatever you was giving him. He has everything and then some that he'll need. So I don't understand what that just didn't make no sense to me. And you going bad on the people, now you're going to lose even more fans. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't cool. Now, moving on to this Blueface and Chrisean Rock situation. Like I've been telling y'all, we may not like how Blueface says certain things. Yeah, because he's a little, you know, he's a little rude sometimes. Well, it's not rude to me. To me, it's him being him, how he was raised, and it's him being honest. And if you can't understand his honesty, then maybe you shouldn't be around the brother, okay? But listen, the things that he has tweeted and let go this morning, I 100% agree with him. He had already had a discussion with Chrisean Rock before the baby got here and told her, when this baby does get here, what are you going to do as far as the show and stuff like that? Basically, before she even decided to fully keep the child, he said that he was already trying to hint to her, hey, if you have a baby, you can't do this, you can't do that. He was already trying to tell her these things. So now we fast forward to today, and the baby is here. First of all, he's pissed off that the baby has been literally, the baby is less than, the baby is only, now it's what, I think he's 2 or 3 days old, 2 days old, maybe 3 days old or something like that. But that baby has been in so many people's hands, it's ridiculous. And I totally feel him on this. Right now, it's not like back in the day when we didn't have COVID and, you know, even all them other kind of easy to get germs and stuff like this. And this is a newborn baby that's entering into the world. Hell, my baby's 11 months old right now. And let me tell you, it still is a limitation on who gets to see him and who gets to hold him. Not trying to be whatever, but at the end of the day, this is my child. At the end of the day, COVID, yes, son, COVID is still locking and dropping. People are still out here getting sick with annoying little things. My son, who is freshly into this world, don't know a lick about nothing. I don't know what the hell these people got on them. I don't know who they've been around. You can get stuff on your clothes and transmit it to a baby. So do you really think that I want a billion people having their hands on my son? No. And my baby is 11 months, and I still don't be letting a whole bunch of people touch my son. No, you're not going to do that. Not at all. And I totally agree with Blueface when he says, he is going to file for full custody of his son with Chrisean Rock if she does not straighten up her acts. Now, if you wasn't going to the studio when you was pregnant, but you was going to clubs and stuff like that, there is absolutely no reason for you to be going to the studio right after you just dropped the baby. What is you in a rush for? To go try to make them? No, you need to go home. I'm with him on that. She needs to go home, and she needs to go bond with her baby. She needs to go bond with that little boy, because there's already going to be so many days and so many times where she won't be around. So in the meantime, you need to bond with your son. You just got out of the hospital. You in a rush to get back to the studio that fast. And then you wonder, like, you can't wonder why he's saying and why he's acting the way he acts. Obviously, she's going to have her supporters. And listen, I'm all for everybody. I support everybody and what you want to do, as long as you ain't out there hurting nobody and causing harm to people and stuff like that. Do you, boo-boo. I support all of them. But at the same time, man, I'm so sick and tired of these Chrisean Rock supporters who don't say when things are effing wrong. Tell the girl when she's wrong. Say it. Don't get up on, don't get in my comment section and start, well, she's young, she's this. I get that so many comments. She's so young. He did this, he did that. Who cares? We're past that. She had a baby. She's had plenty of, A's taken down. So she didn't even, what I'm saying? She didn't even have to be where she is right now. But if you're going to be a mom, and if you're going to go through and have that child, then you need to take care of that child. These kids don't ask to be here. And she had plenty of kids that are not here because she chose to do that. She could have did the same thing with this one. No disrespect to that baby, because it's not the baby's fault. So when we're listening to what Blueface got to say, no, I totally agree with what he's saying. He don't want his child to grow up like how she even grew up, being passed around to all these different people, and he don't want anything happening to his child. He did put up certain words and stuff like that because certain things they claim has happened to them and their family. He don't want that to happen to his son, especially if it don't need to happen to his son. There is way more. She got enough money and enough stability, at least for right now, to go sit her ass down and do what she got to do and be a mother to that baby that is just born. You getting up, dancing, and getting so excited that your stomach is back flat and all. It's like, some people should not be parents at all. And I don't care who has something to say. Drop it in the comment section. I don't give a damn. Y'all been dropping stuff in the comment section, so continue to drop stuff in the comment section. This ain't about a fan or nothing like that. This is just being real. And I would say this with anybody. You just had that baby. You need to go bond with that baby. I don't know why the hell you trying to get into the studio when, honestly, you could have got into the studio while you were pregnant and putting down some vocals, or you could have been doing that. You've been going to the clubs, so there is no excuse. It's not like, I couldn't go to the studio because I was pregnant. You still was going to the clubs. You still was performing your music. You still was rapping your songs and on stage and almost damn near falling in certain clubs and venues and stuff like that. So there is no excuse that she can give me to say, hey, I need to hurry up and get into the studio. Like, no. And your music is not going to be that hot fiery right now. Yes, son. So where you need to get into the studio right now. It ain't like, oh my God, Chrisean came out with a snippet and we heard it and it was the bomb. I can't wait. No, it's not been that. It's been them same songs that you've been, son, can you give me a minute? Thank you. It's been them same songs that you've been giving us for a couple of years now. So I don't understand. With Blueface, I totally fucking agree. And if you don't want your son to be raised by him, if you don't want Jada Alexis to be by your son or nothing like that, then you need to straighten up your act and get yourself together. Because at the end of the day, no, you didn't invite him. And that's why he feel a certain type of way. You didn't even invite him to come see the child being born. But let aside that, you gave the child your name, full, the first and the last and everything. That's why he is a junior. He's a junior to you. But at the same time, you can't have that baby raised up just like how you was. That baby needs to be taken care of way much more and be protected. And honestly, you have the means and you have the willpower and you have everything that you need around you to make sure that that baby has a successful life. She needs to cut it out. And if Blueface continues to see her do this, he says she got 30 days to get it. If she can't be a full-time mother for 30 full days, and I'm like, 30 days? Just a month? That's all? And then I'm thinking, if you're going to the studio, of course that baby's going to be inside the studio because you have to pump out that milk and get that baby that breast milk. So, of course, that baby can't be you have to feed the baby every 2 to 3 hours. These are things that people don't tell you until you actually have one yourself. Nobody who had a kid told me that you had to feed a child every 2 to 3 hours, especially when you first have them. And she's going to have to take the baby to the studio. And then who's going to be holding that baby? It's a whole bunch of stuff. The babies can't sit up and all. It's a whole bunch of stuff you don't realize until after you have your first child. And me having my first child, man, for months, the baby couldn't sit up on his own. It was always me and the baby. It was me, baby, me, baby, me, baby. Unless you pass the baby off to the daddy or to grandparents or something like that, it's me, baby, me, baby. My child is now of the age, where he can sit up and he's like, trying to crawl and grab on stuff. But I'm talking about an 11-month-old now. We're talking about a newborn with her. She has months to go before she even gets to that stage. And lastly, the last thing that I want to say to end off the video, I'm not going to hold you guys too long with this, is this. Stunnagirl came out and made a post in reference to the CEO of Zeus. Like I told you guys, I don't know how to say his name. Ling, whatever the heck his name is. She came out with a post in reference to him and DJ Academic's interview that they did, and it was a part where he was talking about how she only had 100,000 subscribers, and by the time she got done with him and his network, Zeus, she had over 1 million or 2 million or something like that. And he was saying that nobody knew Chrisean Rock's song It's a Vibe All the Time. A handful of people knew it. He said, but after she was on their show and all of their people was singing the song, that everybody knew this song. This is what I will say. Yes, you can say that the Zeus Network and that the CEO gave them, these two women in particular, and even other girls, a platform to showcase their talents and to show the world who they are. But in the same aspect, like how Stunnagirl said, there are plenty of people who get on Love and Hip Hop and all these different type of reality shows, Real Housewives and all this other kind of stuff, and they are not making it. They are on the show, but they don't have any money. They don't really have a house. They don't have a car. All this stuff is just for show, and if they weren't even making enough money to even live the life that they were portraying to the people and their fans and stuff on television. So yes, I totally agree with what Stunnagirl was saying. Now, did Zeus give them an extra little push? Yeah, it did. But in the same breath, Zeus wouldn't have wanted Stunnagirl nor Chrisean Rock to be on that show if they didn't bring something to the table, because at the end of the day, there's millions of girls who apply and who are trying to get a part of this show, regardless if they had a little baby platform or not. And what I will say is, for Stunnagirl who already had 100,000 subscribers, she was doing her damn thizzle. You know what I'm saying? She was doing her thug thizzle to get that many subscribers. So it doesn't matter if you feel like your show helped get her over the $1 million, over the million follower mark, it doesn't matter. She already has something, and y'all wouldn't have picked up on her unless she had something. If she didn't have anything, you guys would have ended up picking somebody else. If Chrisean didn't have anything, you guys would have picked up somebody else. And then there's a part where DJ Academics asks him, does he not view the clips, or like how does that go into production if clearly on the show they saw Chrisean Rock, you know, smoking and doing other things on the show, and he says that he didn't see it, he doesn't get to see all of the clips and all this other kind of stuff. But it's almost like, you know damn well what clips or what things are being put on your show that's getting these ratings up high. You know that certain fight scenes and certain argument scenes have caused a spike in your viewership and in subscriptions. So you telling me that you haven't seen any of this, or that nobody has come to you and say, hey, why did you guys let a pregnant woman smoke on your show? Nobody came and said anything to you? That's not making any sense to me, and it's going further to what I've been telling people. These shows just try to promote and get the most whatever they can people, and people that, you know, are going to attract and gain attention, so that way they can make as much money as they possibly can. Let me just add this last little part, then I'm gonna let y'all go. There has been, of course, millions of other shows in the past and other networks that have, you know, like Jerry Springer and Maury, even for an example. Shit, Love and Hip Hop, even for an example. These shows have shown, you know, that you can exploit people any way you can to make a dollar. Even the Bad Girls Club back in the day. Yes, all these different type of shows did show some type of exploitation, and they definitely made a profit off of it and off of these people's backs. The only difference that I think that my biggest disappointment is with the Zeus Network is that it's a Zeus Network. The CEO and a majority of the people that work for this network and for these shows production are African American, and this is what your study promoting. Now, it was one thing to promote these shows to try to hurry up and get yourself put on and to collect the dollars so that way, because you need money to make money. So I get that part, and I understand that this, you know, the baddies was really, you know, captivating people and letting y'all really get down on this money train. But if you guys can turn this into something where you guys are trying to, you know, help these girls, like really help these girls in whatever aspect, whether that be in them acting, whether that be with them with their musical careers, whether that be with, you know, something. If you took them on, you know, some girls who have never been out of the country, whether you take some girls and you take them out of the country for the first time, something of that nature. It should be something that is positive. Now, of course, people are going to always want to see Ratchet and always view Ratchet. So I get that you're going to have a show like that, but my disappointment is this, that the shows that are not working for you guys is like nobody cares about, or I haven't even seen. And the shows that you guys are really promoting out there, it's just all negativity, and it just makes people look a certain type of way. And yeah, it is these people's choice to come be on your show and be on that platform. But at the end of the day, if you want to talk about how you gave Stunnagirl and Chrisean Rock all this clout and whatnot, and that they wouldn't be as far as they have been with your show, then you should also be promoting doing positive things with your show, not just the negative stuff that we see. Y'all drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about all of this, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video respectfully.